Hello, 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 hello. You're on with the Lenny Show. What's going on, everybody? This is the Lenny Show. Yeah.
Can't hear you just now?
Even with the thing turned up.
Oh, none of them?
Hello. Hello, hello. What's going on, everyone?
You can hear yourself
Be
now?
in soon. What?
You can hear yourself now?
No.
That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can hear myself.
Hello? Oh, now I can.
I just pressed listen, but that's. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello? I can't know. I can't hear myself now.
Okay.
Hello, what's going on, everybody? Live here in studio. This is Lenny with the Lenny Show. Lenny Sports Talk Radio, KUHSdenver.com. Got some new fancy things here in front of me.
Good job.
And new fancy things in front of me cutting the air. So you ain't getting no more of that feedback. Good to hear all my listeners out there. If you're a listener, don't be afraid to call in. 720-386-0514. Today on the show, we got NFL news, Broncos, 49ers. Manning breaks the record. We have Seahawks, trade Percy Harvins, also lose, and the Rams trick plays. What was up with those? Helped them win. MLB news, World Series coming up on Tuesday. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. Also, Bears, third straight loss at Soldier Field. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, where do they go from here? Are they going to be anything? LeBron James saying something about his Cavaliers team that you're not all going to like. Also, Russell Wilson doing things again, and the Rock and Roll Denver Marathon coming up next on the Lenny Sports Talk Show. See you in a second. Yo, 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 back on the radio show, Lenny Sports Talk Show. I am Lenny. This is Lenny's Sports Talk Show at KUHSdenver.com. Here in Denver, it's a beautiful day. We're at the noon hour, Mountain Time, Mountain Standard Time. I know I had some listeners out on the East Coast wondering what time I was going to go on. But we're on live here today on the Lenny Show. Coming up, a bunch of NFL news from a action-packed Sunday of action Jackson-packed days of the NFL season. What's going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. Peyton Manning breaks the single-season record, or season single. He breaks the NFL record for most touchdowns ever by a QB. He had 506 or 507 going in, or something like that. He got 3 yesterday, so he broke the record at 509. He breaks Favre's record that's standing for a long time. Against the 49ers in a blowout, which most people, I don't know if people had predicted this one to be a blowout. I predicted it to be a much closer game than it was. But it wasn't. The game was a complete blowout. And the 49ers just didn't get no pressure on Manning. I mean, I'm not sure what they were thinking, not getting any pressure on him. All these teams, they really don't pressure Manning. They just rush 4 and expect something good to happen with his own defense, and he just eats teams alive. A 42-17 victory. My thing is with the Broncos is if you pressure Manning, I mean, that's their whole team right now. Well, besides the defense, they got a bunch of good players. DeMarcus Ware, TJ Ward, all these guys they got. Defense is way better, stout. But, I mean, if you get to Manning, if you pressure him, I don't think he's going to do anything more than just buckle under pressure. I mean, Manning's great and all, but he just isn't that great under pressure. I think that if you do maybe some corner blitzes, like Chargers did last year in a game they won, everyone's like, oh, you can't blitz him. I heard Tony Dungy saying, oh, you can't blitz him. You play the zone. He ain't going to get nowhere on you. But honestly, I think he's gonna not do as much as he's doing if you blitz him from the corner blitz. If you corner blitz him, I think you can get to him, and I think you can also razzle him. There's nothing more that he can do when he's under pressure. I think that Peyton Manning is a good QB. He's great. He's the best regular season QB of all time. But in the big games, when he's against aggressive teams, he doesn't do as good. And that's why what we saw in the Super Bowl, the aggressiveness of the Seahawks, really made him scared. You know, he's kind of weak when he is pressured, and the 49ers just came with a game plan. Let's play zone. Let's do the normal things that everyone else does when they play Peyton Manning, and they got blown out because of it. And Peyton Manning's a great player when you don't pressure him, and that's what happened last night. He just wasn't under pressure for the first whole 3 touchdowns that I seen, and it was just pretty much a game of how the 49ers are just standing around watching these plays, just crossing routes, these pick plays, this end around that Wes Welker did, or it was he was lined up maybe in the slot, and the outside receiver went in, and Wes Welker went around, and Peyton Manning threw it right over, perfect pass. Welker went in for the touchdown. He dove into the touchdown, which was a great play, and Peyton Manning is so accurate that you can't really let those things go down on a player like that, so accurate. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, 720-386-0513. I myself am not a Peyton Manning fan, but if you're a Peyton Manning fan, let me know. I think he's a great player, but, I don't think he's good under pressure. That's just my personal belief. I had the 49ers winning, but that was just off gut. I had a feeling that the Broncos always have a chance to win with Peyton Manning back there. He's one of the greatest players of all time. One of the greatest regular season players of all time. But as far as, being aggressive against him, I don't understand what these defensive coordinators are thinking. They're completely unaggressive. I don't know what their mindset is going into. Oh, let's play zone. We'll rush 4. I mean, you got to be more creative than that. You can't just sit back there sit on the sideline as an offensive coordinator. Look at your guys rushing 4 on that stout offensive line with Vasquez and all those guys, and you think you're just gonna, rush 4 and get to them maybe here and there and just let them have all the time in the world with those crossing patterns and those fast receivers. Julius Thomas, or he's a tight end, but Julius Thomas, the big fast tight end. Demaryius Thomas, the great fast wide receiver. Wes Welker running those crossing routes. You have no chance. You have no chance. I mean, you're not giving yourself even a shot. So if you're an NFL defensive coordinator, wouldn't you rather lose taking the risk of bringing men, lining up 5 maybe? Why don't you line up 5 against Manning and see what happens every down? just line up 5. It's not a blitz. You're just lining up 5 guys against 5 guys. You know, you rush 4, that's 5 on 4 up front, and there's no way you're going to win that against that offensive line. If you bring 5 rushers against 5 rushers, chances are you have a better chance of getting to Manning and completely rattling him. But these teams that come in and, you know, they expect these results with this lame, unaggressive defense. It's not going to work against a great quarterback like Manning. So congratulations to Peyton Manning. You did a great job. You have 509 touchdowns, but you lost the Super Bowl last year, and you've been to 3 though. I give you credit. You're a great player. Broncos are a great team right now. They're doing really good. We'll see what happens though. I mean, if Peyton Manning meets up with a team who wants to do maybe a few corner blitzes, line up 5 on the offensive line, be more aggressive, and we'll see if the Broncos can get past that type of test. But yeah, that was a great accomplishment. Another accomplishment that happened in the NFL. Another record. DeMarco Murray, I forgot to mention this guy. He's doing wonderful. 7 games in a row with 100+ yards. He's on pace to over 2,000 yards, over 400 carries for the season, and the Cowboys are pretty much riding him. You know, they're doing great right now. No one expected them to be this great. I mean, no one expected them to be good, but right now they're playing great. And DeMarco Murray is one of the best reasons for it. DeMarco Murray has all those carries and all those yards, and it reminds me of the Denver Broncos when they had Terrell Davis on their team. Terrell Davis carried that team to the Super Bowl. I don't care what anyone says. Terrell Davis, I think he still holds the playoff record for most rushing yards, playoff records, postseason records. When you have a running back like that, and you can run the ball and combine with a good defense, which no one thought the Cowboys were going to have a good defense, you're going to be a great team. I mean, that's all there is to it. Tony Romo is just a good addition to that team, but I mean, they're doing great through 7 games. DeMarco Murray, maybe we could do a contest on that. We'll see, maybe, who knows how many yards he'll end up with or something. Maybe we'll do a big, I don't know, some kind of Chipotle or maybe Qdoba or something like that. Some kind of gift card giveaway where you can get maybe a free skateboard. I don't know. Maybe we can do something like that. But yeah, we'll see where he ends up at the end of the season. I hope he gets to 2,000 yards. I was a real big fan of running backs growing up. That's actually what I wanted to do with my life growing up. But injuries and stuff like that got in my way, so I stopped doing that. I stopped playing football. I took up some other things. But yeah, I mean, DeMarco Murray and them Cowboys doing great. Also, Russell Wilson breaking records. He becomes the first player with 300 yards in the air and 100 yards on the ground in one game. So, I mean, he led all fantasy scores for QBs. I think, you know, Russell Wilson has done in these short 2.5 years has been remarkable. That's why he's the best in jersey sales right now. People are like, "What? Why does he have the best jersey sales right now?" Well, he's freaking Russell Wilson. The guy rushes 100 yards and throws 300 yards through the air, you know, and took total control of that game. But the Seahawks just got started late in that game. They didn't do what they wanted to do at the beginning. It was stagnant. I watched the whole game. Rams scored on special teams plays, so that's what really told the tale of the game. I mean, head to head, the Seahawks should have won handedly, but those special teams plays that they really weren't paying attention